I honestly think Usyk's going to do it again. You know, he's a hell of a fighter. He's got to be right up there in the pound-for-pound listings.
Paro predicts Oleksandr Usyk will defeat Tyson Fury in the rematch due to his exceptional skills and strategy. Meanwhile, Frank Warren praises Tyson Fury's incredible resilience, overcoming personal struggles like weight loss and mental health battles. Despite a loss, Fury's immediate desire for a rematch proves his unwavering confidence and determination, qualities that make him a true champion.
Fury, that's why I've always believed in him. That's what he is. You know, this is a guy, forget about this fight. Think what he's come back from. You know, the weight he had to lose, the problems he had outside the ring. You know, the boozing, the other stuff that he was doing. And think of even the worst scenario, that he was suicidal and he was that much away from thinking of ending his life. To come back and show where he is now and what he's done, that tells you all you need to know about Tyson Fury. He is a fighter through and through.
Ty Mitchell has expressed confidence in Fury's potential to win the rematch. Mitchell believes Fury possesses the necessary skills to defeat Usyk, but stresses that his success will depend on whether he performs at his best. As Mitchell prepares to join Fury's camp next week for sparring, he is eager to assist in Fury's preparation, yet he acknowledges that the outcome will ultimately depend on which version of Fury enters the ring.
Next week, I'll find out Malta next week, get some sparring in. And then I'm coming back. I need to carry on with my own camp and get back in, carry on with my camp. So I can't be with him for too long, unfortunately. But listen, with or without me, it's not gonna make a huge impact, is it? I can help him the best I can, but sparring can only do so much. He's his own man, do you know what I mean? So, but yeah, I'm a privilege that he's asked me to come out and help him again. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I've missed him and I ain't seen him for a little while, so it'll be good to spend some time with him.
Callum Smith suggested that the outcome of the rematch will hinge on who makes the best adjustments. While he acknowledged Usyk's consistent brilliance, making it hard to bet against him, Smith also highlighted Tyson Fury's size and resilience as key assets that make him a serious threat. With Fury's narrow loss in the first bout, Smith is eager to see what promises to be an exciting and unpredictable clash between the two.
I think it'll be another good fight. I think too many people are forgetting how close the last fight was. You know, obviously Usyk was brilliant, but it was still a very, very close fight on the scorecard. So who's going to make the better adjustments? Who's going to turn up that little bit better? That'll get the win. But I don't know. It's hard to look past Usyk. I think he always seems to just find a way, doesn't he? But you can't write Tyson Fury off. He's a big man, and like I said, he only barely lost the last fight. So it's an interesting one as a boxing fan. I'm looking forward to.
Alois Jr. shared his belief that Oleksandr Usyk will likely prevail in the rematch, but offered some key advice for Tyson Fury to secure a win. He emphasized the importance of Fury utilizing his reach, jab, and right hand while staying focused and disciplined throughout the fight. Jr. encouraged Fury to stick to his plan and avoid any distractions. While acknowledging Fury's strengths, he ultimately expressed confidence in Usyk's chances to come out on top.
I say Usyk wins that, but what Fury has to do to win is use his reach, use his length, use his jab, use his right hand, and don't toy around too much, you know? Be serious, execute, get the job done, go home.
But you think Usyk will win the fight?
I believe so.
Lawrence Okolie strongly urged Tyson Fury to maintain focus in the rematch, pointing to the playful demeanor Fury showed in the first fight with Oleksandr Usyk. Okolie stressed that consistency and discipline are non-negotiable for Fury to secure victory, warning that without these qualities, the challenge could become insurmountable for the Tyson Fury.
I think he's just got to be himself, but just more consistent, more switched on and focused on, you know, putting clever, hard shots together and mentally ready to kind of stay consistent and stay on it. I think it's a matter of conditioning, personally, mental and physical conditioning, and then he'll get the win. But if he has too many lapses, one thing you know, Usyk is always consistent, and I just think one of them's going to win a lot more emphatically than the last time.
Paro confidently predicts that Oleksandr Usyk will come out on top in the rematch with Tyson Fury, highlighting Usyk's exceptional skill and place among the pound-for-pound elite. While he respects Fury's unpredictability, Liam firmly believes Usyk will have his hand raised once again.
The rematch, how do you think it goes down?
I honestly think Usyk's going to do it again. You know, he's a hell of a fighter. He's got to be right up there in the pound-for-pound listings, but depends what Fury shows up. Can never count him out, so I'm excited. I'll be tuning in, and yeah, I think Usyk will get their hand raised again.
Biddle Riley backs Tyson Fury, highlighting his strong track record in rematches. Riley emphasizes Fury's ability to adapt and evolve following setbacks, particularly his impressive adjustments in past fights. This resilience, according to Riley, makes Fury a formidable opponent in any second encounter.
Fury, man. Fury. Like, I'm going with Fury. He knows how to win rematches. The track record speaks for itself. I'm going with Fury.
Ricky Hatton emphasizes Tyson Fury's physical advantages, particularly his size, reach, and weight. He points out that Fury didn't fully capitalize on these strengths in the first fight, allowing Oleksandr Usyk to dictate the pace. Hatton believes that Fury must assert his physical dominance in the rematch, landing powerful punches and using his size to put Usyk in uncomfortable situations. He also stresses the importance of having a clear and steady voice in Fury's corner to provide focused guidance throughout the fight.
I think impose his height, impose his reach, impose his weight difference. I mean, all the advantages he has, he didn't use last time. He allowed, the smaller man, it's a good little man, isn't he? He's a good small man. But I think he allowed the smaller man to bully him around the ring. I'd be a bit inclined to hold my feet, hit him hard, use the weight advantage, use the reach advantage, use the height advantage that I don't think he used last time, and just have one voice in the corner.
Adam Smith hypes up Usyk's legendary career, calling him a boxing phenomenon for beating Chisora, Joshua, and possibly Fury again, which would solidify his place in the Hall of Fame. He also points out the surprising decline of Tyson Fury, who looked unbeatable after his wins over Chisora and White. But after his recent performances against Usyk and Ngannou, there are real doubts about whether Fury is still at his best, making the next fight crucial.
In the time I had in camp, he just is relentless and he enjoys it, and it's part of his DNA. He plays football, he swims, he juggles, he's just a one-off, he really is. But he's a smaller man. It's amazing what he's done, what he's achieved, to beat Chisora, to beat Joshua twice, to beat Fury, to beat Dubois. It's incredible. Can he do it again? If he does it, he cements his legacy forever.
Simon Jordan highlights Fury's impressive past wins over Dillian White and Derek Chisora, but he points out that these victories have led people to overlook the decline seen in Fury's more recent fights. He stresses that after Usyk and Ngannou, doubts are growing about whether Fury is still at his peak. Is Fury still the same fighter? Jordan raises the crucial question, emphasizing that his recent performances haven't inspired confidence.
Was probably the most challenging heavyweight fight to some extent that Usyk had for a period of time. There's an argument that Daniel Dubois, can feel very hard done by in the fight about a low blow that Usyk managed to find his way around. So he's not unbeatable, he just hasn't been beaten yet. And if Fury can go back, somehow turn the clock back and find whatever balance he needs to find, I think fighting people like Derek Chisora doesn't help him, because I don't think he was fighting the elite in the division that prepared him to fight the elite.
Hamza Shiraz emphasized the crucial role of mental preparation in the high-stakes rematch. Shiraz highlighted that Tyson Fury's mindset will be a key factor in his chances of success. Fury himself has acknowledged losing focus during the first fight and has vowed to stay more concentrated this time around.
I said some comments about Usyk, saying it was like fighting a local amateur boxer.
He's a legend, he is, isn't he?
Any thoughts on Fury's recent comments?
Not really. Listen, he knows what he's doing. He's been at the level of the sport which I haven't been at, so I don't know what it's like to be at that level, and inshallah one day I will. But I suppose every little move and every little interview you have is all a mental battle. All the little 1% or 0.1%, they all make a difference. So maybe it's part of the bigger strategy. But in the rematch, I think Fury should come out with a win.
Ben Shalom expressed optimism about Tyson Fury's chances in the rematch, but considered Oleksandr Usyk the favorite. He commended Usyk's consistency, composure under pressure, and adaptability, noting his potential to elevate his performance further. While acknowledging Fury's capacity for improvement, Shalom highlighted Usyk's edge. He also praised Saudi Arabia for making the highly anticipated rematch possible.
I always backed Tyson for the first one and always liked Tyson to win as the break. I can never see a way past Oleksandr Usyk. I mean, he's proven it time and time again, and I actually don't think that was the best Oleksandr Usyk that we seen. I think he's going to be better this time. I do think Tyson's going to be better, but I think you have to go with Oleksandr given the history as much as I hope Tyson can win, but a great fight. And again, Riyadh Caesar delivering what we could have only dreamed of. I remember that fight took so long to make without their involvement. It was 12 months of back and forth, and we thought it was on and we thought it was off. And I think sometimes we forget how far the sport has come. The fact that that can be turned around that quickly is incredible. And as you said, the heavyweight division keeps moving. It's one that we've got an eye on, and yeah, fingers crossed. Everything starts to open up after that fight on December the 21st.
Pat Brown respects both fighters, but believes Usyk showed technical brilliance in the first fight, making it difficult for Fury to impose his own game plan. He concedes that Fury could have done better in that bout, but suggests that if Fury is at his best in the rematch, he has a real chance to turn things around. Brown emphasizes that both fighters have unique strengths, with Usyk bringing technical mastery and Fury a blend of size and adaptability.
In terms of Fury and Usyk, I've always been a fan of both fighters massively. Obviously Usyk's an unbelievable technician, and so is Fury, just a bigger version. I do think going into this second one, like Fury did amazing the first one, but I felt like Tyson definitely could have done better, and that's not me writing Usyk off whatsoever. I respect him massively, but in terms of Fury, I think if he brings his A game, he's in for a treat definitely for that night.
Jamie Moore advises Fury to use his physicality to disrupt Usyk's rhythm. Moore suggests that Fury should target Usyk's body early on, tiring him out and limiting his ability to rely on his superior footwork and technical skills. By making the fight more physical, Fury can force Usyk into a war of attrition, which would reduce his chances of relying solely on his finesse in the later rounds.
Tyson Fury can drag him into a dogfight, like I thought he should have approached the first fight, because when you've got so much size and weight advantage, you've got to utilise it. And I don't ever think someone who's so ring savvy and experienced and learns from a fight as it progresses. Usyk is so well versed in that. He adapts to you so well. You can't allow him to go into the second half of the fight where he's just being outboxed, but he's not being outmanned. And I feel like Fury's got to outman him, drag him into an ugly fight, work his body, and make sure he's fatigued going into the second half of the fight so he can't run away with it.
Carl Frosch believes Usyk will retain his title, acknowledging Fury's potential but emphasizing Usyk's experience, work rate, and relentless pace. Frosch highlighted that despite Fury's size and power, Usyk's tactical execution and conditioning will give him the edge. While noting Fury's best chance might lie in pressing the action for a late stoppage, Frosch pointed out that Usyk's fitness and control of the pace will make that strategy difficult to execute. He predicts Usyk will win, likely by decision.
On Usyk 4, 5 and 6 in their first fight, well their only fight, they've got the rematch before Christmas. He had Usyk in kind of trouble that I've never seen him in before. He had him hurt, hit him with an uppercut, he had him wobbled, but he couldn't maintain it, couldn't sustain it. So that's what he's got to do to beat Usyk. Stick it on him, put the pressure on him. The reason I mentioned Undisputed is because he's on the cover of that, Tyson Fury is.
Nice.
And he actually said, if I get beat by Usyk in the rematch, I'm relinquishing the cover shot. Usyk can then be on the cover.
Sean Porter expressed optimism about Tyson Fury's chances against Oleksandr Usyk, highlighting Fury's size, reach, and skill as potential advantages. He acknowledged Fury's ability to blend physical attributes with strategy and suggested the rematch might reflect elements of the first fight, with Fury leveraging focus and toughness to address Usyk's strengths.
I actually do expect him to win this rematch. I think he's bigger than Usyk, and that size advantage that he has, he, unlike most fighters, knows how to use that size, that reach, that speed. I think the whole fight will play out the way that the first half played itself out. I think the whole fight's going to go that way. A very focused and determined Fury is a quiet and relentless Fury.
Terrence Crawford praised both Oleksandr Usyk and Tyson Fury, anticipating an exciting match and extending his best wishes to both fighters. He also congratulated the future undisputed heavyweight champion, regardless of who wins, acknowledging the significance of their achievement.
My prediction for the Usyk and Tyson Fury fight, both of them win. I like both of them. It's going to be a great fight. May the best man win. And to the new undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, congratulations.
Derek Chisora, a close friend and former sparring partner of Tyson Fury, has expressed concerns that Fury's current sparring partners aren't pushing him hard enough to secure victory in the rematch. Drawing from his own experience training with Fury, Chisora candidly shared his thoughts on the adjustments needed in Fury's camp to ensure he's fully prepared for the challenge ahead.
But he's got in his sparring camp. I personally don't believe that you can actually, the sparring partners he's got right now, they're pushing him to be menace. You know, they are in awe of Tyson. You know, they will pull their punches when they're sparring. You know, they will. This is what I'm seeing from the things I see on.
Tony Bellew predicted a more decisive outcome in favor of Usyk in the rematch, pointing out the challenges Tyson Fury faces when fighting against Usyk's ability to operate from the back foot. While Fury pressured Usyk in their first encounter, Bellew noted Usyk's defensive skills and counterpunching as significant advantages. He suggested that overcoming Usyk will require Fury to master consistent counters, feints, and superior technique, areas where Fury still has room for improvement.
But if I'm being totally honest, do I think he'll win? No, I think he'll lose again. And this time, I think he'll lose really, really clearly, because Usyk this time will go on the back foot. And that is the worst nightmare for for Tyson Fury, because that's one that he can't control. You've got to understand, Cougs, he pressed the whole fight. He walked the 6'9", 20-stone man down. He walked him down and bullied him. Imagine what he does when he fights to his attributes and fights to his best, because his best is fighting on the back foot. Anyone who studies and knows Usyk the way I know him, and I studied him, is you'll know that you've got to bring him to you, and that's the way to beat him. But you've got to counter him and feint, and you've got to be able to sharpshoot with him, you've got to be able to box with him, you've got to be able to offset him, but you've got to be able to continuously do all these things round after round. I couldn't, because guess what? I got tired. I was fucked after 6 rounds or 7 rounds of doing it.
Johnny Nelson weighed in on the rematch, asserting that unless Tyson Fury adjusts his strategy, the outcome is likely to mirror their first encounter. He emphasized that Usyk has now developed a clear game plan to defeat Fury, having already shown his ability to hurt him with speed, precision, and technical brilliance. Usyk, now more aware of what to expect from Fury, is poised to leverage his advantages, particularly his refined approach and sharp tactical awareness.
Tyson Fury doesn't change anything like he keeps saying he's not, then the result will be exactly the same. If Tyson Fury... The problem is, Usyk now has a blueprint for beating Tyson Fury. But Usyk now knows, he doesn't think, now knows he can hurt Tyson Fury. Now knows he's a bit faster, a bit sharper, he can get away with certain things. He knows this. Usyk was coming in around the 15-stone bracket. And so he knows he has the speed, he has the power, and he has the boxing ability to beat him.
Richard Torres Jr., the Olympic silver medalist and emerging heavyweight star, finds the rematch between Tyson Fury and Oleksandr Usyk to be a particularly intriguing spectacle. While he acknowledges Usyk's clear victory in their first encounter, Torres points to Fury's renowned resilience as a critical factor in the rematch. He suggests that Usyk's path to refinement seems more straightforward, while Fury must work on enhancing his footwork and tactical execution to reclaim his dominance in the division. Although Torres slightly favors Usyk, he acknowledges that Fury's physical strength and adaptability could play a pivotal role in tipping the balance in his favor.
Like, Usyk definitely won that first fight, but it was still a close fight. You know, there was like Tyson was doing his thing. I'm excited for the rematch. I've been just a fan of Tyson from early age, and I've tried to mimic some of Usyk's style, so I have some skin in the game for both sides, but I'm just looking for a good fight. I think that Usyk kind of has a little bit more of a game plan now that he could double up on, and I think that Fury needs to kind of switch up what he needs to do. He needs to get on his feet more, he needs to box, he needs to kind of show a little different facets that he has shown before, but he needs to bring back. But I think it's easier for Usyk to double down than it is for Tyson to change. So I'm leaning a little more towards Usyk, but Tyson Fury, you know, he's a heavyweight, he's a puncher, he has a punch, he has a punch, and he can do what he needs to do.
George Groves predicts a win for Oleksandr Usyk in the upcoming rematch against Tyson Fury. Reflecting on Usyk's transition to the heavyweight division, Groves recalls how many initially doubted Usyk's ability to compete against bigger opponents like Anthony Joshua, especially when Fury was still emerging as a dominant force. Groves highlights that despite the argument that Fury's size could overpower Usyk, it is ultimately Usyk's superior boxing skills that will prove to be the decisive factor in the fight.
Where do you stand on that? What do you think?
I know you was quite strong on that as well. I think that you went Usyk as well, didn't you?
Yeah, I picked Usyk to beat Fury. I remember when Usyk first moved up to heavyweight, I said he's a dark horse, don't write this guy off. You know, we've seen cruiserweights move up to heavyweight and dominate in previous years, and it did seem a bit unfathomable for a lot of people that he's never going to compete with the Anthony Joshuas, or people weren't even really talking about Tyson Fury, I don't think, quite at the time, or maybe he just sort of burst back on the scene beating Wilder. But yeah, I still think Usyk beats him. I think, you know, the argument is a good big un beats a good little un, but I think Usyk is an exceptional fighter. I think in terms of their boxing ability, like, Usyk is a lot better.
Sugar Hill Stewart has stressed the importance of both conditioning and mindset for Fury heading into the rematch. While confident in Fury's physical tools to overcome Usyk, Stewart insists that mental sharpness and readiness to outwork his opponent will be crucial. He believes that while Fury's physical attributes offer an edge, the mental aspect of his preparation will be just as critical to securing victory.
And that's what made that first fight just such a great fight, you know, for boxing, period. Whether Tyson won or lost, on my side, I'm with Tyson. So obviously I'm not so happy about the loss because it was a loss, but the thing to do is just to learn from that and to get better.
What's the difference heading into a rematch, Sugar? What's the difference going into a rematch?
You learn lessons in life and you can make yourself better from that.
Evander Holyfield has shared his insights on how Tyson Fury can avenge his sole career defeat. He believes Fury should focus on using his jab more effectively, particularly doubling it up to penetrate Usyk's defense. Holyfield also cautions against excessive clinching, as it gives Usyk the opportunity to recover and counterattack.
I think sometimes grabbing the person make it worse for him. I think he has to be able to step back, come forward, step back. You know, boxing is one of the things that grabbing people tend to get them a little bit more aggressive and get them a chance to hit you.
Thanks for tuning in, folks. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more updates. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Who do you think will win the rematch? Don't forget to ring that notification bell so you never miss an update.